You ever find yourself scrolling through your phone late at night and you see it? A friend's post about their new house or this amazing vacation, and you feel this quiet little pang. I mean, you work hard, you make a good salary, so why does it feel like you're not really making any ground?
It's like you're on a financial treadmill, right? You're sweating, you're putting in all this effort, but then you look around and somehow you're in the exact same spot as last year. Well, I'm here to tell you, you are not alone in feeling this way. And, more importantly, it's probably not your fault.
Okay, so let's get right into it. The secret that most people miss is that the gap between just earning a high salary and actually being wealthy, it isn't really about the size of the paycheck. It's about this invisible machine that is specifically designed to eat your money. So in this explainer, we're going to pull back that curtain, show you how the machine works, and then show you how to break it.
First things first, we have to absolutely tear down the biggest lie in personal finance. Honestly, this is the one that makes most people feel like they're failing before they even start.
So, if you go and Google average net worth, and that's just everything you own minus everything you owe, you're going to see this massive, totally intimidating number. It's the kind of number that just makes you want to give up. But here's the thing. That number is a complete mathematical illusion. It's not the real story at all.
So, to really get why, let's do a quick thought experiment. Imagine you're in a coffee shop with 9 other people. We'll say everyone in there, including you, has a net worth of about $100,000. So, the average is, you guessed it, 100 grand. Simple enough. But then, a very specific person walks through that door.
And then, Jeff Bezos walks in. Instantly, the average net worth of everyone in that cafe shoots up to over $10 billion. Now ask yourself, did your bank account change? Of course not. One single extreme outlier completely warped the math. And that is exactly what the ultra-wealthy do to the national average.
So here's the crucial takeaway. Forget the average. Seriously, the only number that actually matters for tracking your own progress is the median, the person standing in the exact middle of the line. That number is drastically lower, it's way more realistic, and it's the only benchmark that's actually grounded in reality.
All right, so we've debunked that whole average lie. Now let's see how this wealth trap actually plays out in real life. And for that, let's meet Alex.
Now, Alex is doing everything right, by conventional standards. Got a good job, makes a good salary, and because he's in his 30s, he kind of feels like he has plenty of time to get serious about investing later. And let me tell you, that feeling right there is one of the most dangerous traps of all.
This is where the absolutely brutal math of compounding interest comes into play. You see, every single year Alex delays investing in his 30s means he has to put in almost double the effort. We're talking double the savings just to catch up in his 40s. The math, well, it doesn't care about your feelings. It only cares about time.
And right on cue, this is where the main villain of our story enters the picture. It's called lifestyle creep. And it is the silent trap that catches smart, high-earning people every single day.
It happens so subtly, You get a raise, so you upgrade to a slightly nicer apartment. You start ordering takeout a few more times a week because you're busy. You add a couple more streaming subscriptions. See, none of these choices feel reckless on their own. They all feel totally justified. But put them together, and they form this conspiracy to make your new income just disappear.
And this chart, wow, it shows the result perfectly. Notice how Alex's income bar goes up over time, which is great, but the expenses bar just rises right along with it, almost like a shadow. And that tiny little savings bar, it stays stubbornly close to zero. From the outside, it looks like success, right? But financially, it's a recipe for total stagnation.
So let's make this even more concrete. Let's look at one of the most common ways people fall right into this trap. The lure of the shiny, brand new car.
So Alex gets that big promotion. He feels amazing. He feels like he's finally made it. And hey, he deserves a reward, right? So he walks into a dealership and signs a 5-year contract for a beautiful new SUV. But what he's actually done is sign a contract to surrender his wealth-building potential for an asset that's losing value every single day.
I mean, just look at the numbers here. In 5 years, his $50,000 car is worth maybe, half that? But if he had just invested that exact same monthly payment, he'd be looking at over 60 grand. He is literally, and I mean literally, financing his own financial decline. He's trading future freedom for a comfortable commute today.
Okay, if any of this is starting to sound a little too familiar, just take a deep breath. The key thing to realize is you're not failing some fair test. You are losing a game that was mathematically designed to extract your money. But the good news is you can break their machine.
Here's the playbook. It all comes down to 3 simple but incredibly powerful rules. 1. Start now. 2. Automate the resistance. And 3. Face the real numbers. Let's break each one down real quick. First, you have to burn this into your brain. Time is your single greatest asset. Not your salary, not some hot stock tip, time. A simple 10-year delay in getting started can literally cost you over $1 million in lost compound interest by retirement. So stop waiting for the perfect time to invest. It doesn't exist.
Second, and this one is absolutely non-negotiable, you have to remove willpower from the equation. If you try to save what's left over at the end of the month, I promise you there will never be anything left. You have to automate your investments so they come out of your paycheck before you even get a chance to spend it. You have to pay your future self first.
And finally, this is the step most people avoid because, yeah, it can be scary. You have to be brave enough to look at the real numbers. Stop guessing. Sit down, open up all your accounts, bank accounts, loans, investments, everything, and calculate your actual net worth. Look, it might not be pretty, but knowing your true starting point is the only way to chart a course to where you actually want to go. So the big takeaway here is this. Building real, lasting wealth, it's almost never about getting lucky with some startup or a crypto coin. It's about understanding how the system works and then making boring, consistent, automatic adjustments that just compound quietly in the background for decades. You just spent the last few minutes learning how the financial machine really works, which, trust me, is more than most people ever do. So the only question left is, when your next paycheck hits your account, what story is it going to write? Is it going to be another chapter of just running in place, or is it going to be the start of you breaking free? The choice is yours.